running. So, you know what, we might as well jump straight into Merc Alley A. This is the second ambush.
Are continuing to move supplies across the western desert. It's likely that they've stepped up security, but they can't cover all the convoys they have running.
So it's exactly the same, except this time the enemy knows that we're going to hit him, so they will be bringing battle mechs with them. It's also, again, we're going to be taking a loss from this one, especially because the drop fee will go up because we need to take 2 more mechs. So we'll take the Hellhound and the Hellspawn, because they're my next heaviest. Actually, I do have a new Zeal, but yeah, nah, that's enough firepower. So the Hellhound, the Hellspawn, they haven't changed much from haven't changed at all from the last mission. So it's still a fast mech, still got the AC-20 and the large lasers. The Hellspawn still has all of its LRMs, and they're both got good engine speed. I generally go for more guns, and then armor, and then speed, but for most missions you still need a good amount of engine power, because there'll often be a lot of running around, a lot of responding to new threats, and if you don't have enough engine power, then you're not going to be able to react fast enough, and then you get screwed over. So everyone should be able to keep up with each other.
Watch your sector, Spectre Lance. It's an easy bet they've stepped up the convoy escorts.
Roger.
Commander, be advised. I have good SATCOM tracking on the convoy. I mark 20 vehicles and 2 mech escorts. You are just over a kilometer out from their current position. Over.
So this time, as said, they beefed up their security, so now they've actually got mechs, and they'll have some heavier vehicles, including...
Okay, you heard the lady. Let's hit them hard and fast. Concentrate fire on mech escort and move on to the armed vehicles. Leave as many convoy vehicles as possible for salvage.
Roger. Bad guy. 900 meters.
ID 2 Demolisher tanks. Don't get too close.
Demolishers are the heaviest tanks in Mercs. They're assault class tanks, 100 tons. They have an insane amount of armor. As you can see, normally 1 ERPPC knocks out a tank. This one requires 3. They're also packing a pair of AC-20s, which will mess up your mech very quickly in close range. The good news is that because they're so heavy, they're also very slow.
Smoke out that airfield.
And also, because I've got my mech support, they'll be able to open fire at long range as well.
Take out the designated target.
Roger, lead. Roger, lead. Copy. Roger, 6.
Allied air units are moving to intercept choppers. Watch your friendly fire indicators.
Copy. Watch your crosshairs, people. If they go blue, don't shoot.
Roger.
Damn it. Damn it. Yeah, my accuracy still sucks. And now we're starting to see why running 2 ERPPCs in this thing is a bad idea. Because my heat is getting a little bit excessive. And we just passed 6,500. So 6,500 is when the warning comes up, and if it passes 8,000, then it'll be a problem. Good news is all mechs come with coolant, so you just hammer F and it'll pump coolant and reduce the heat by a fair degree, but you only have so much coolant to use in a mission. So you need to use it sparingly and
Target neutralized.
and ideally let the mech cool itself down. So this is going rather well. I think are all the enemy choppers down? Not quite yet.
Enemy detected.
So we had allied gunships come in to deal with the enemy gunships, and now that the enemy gunships are down, they're going to help us with the vehicles. Or rather with the mechs.
Roger, lead. Roger. Copy. Copy.
Oh no, there's one vedette. Are there any more? And I've lost track. I know that there's obviously at least 1 Argus still running around. And at least 1 Chimera. Ow. Fucking MRMs. So I just completely screwed up that guy's leg. Again, I'm more of a I mean, you know, when the situation calls for it, I do enjoy using PPCs, but I'm more of the autocannon kind of guy, because I enjoy just pouring on the fire without worrying about heat. Of course, then you have the whole problems with ammunition control. But you know, I'm used to that. I know when to.
Escorts eliminated. Take out that armor.
Target's destroyed. Take that. Target is down. Target's destroyed.
Take out the designated target.
Roger, lead. Roger, Spectre. Roger that.
I get the feeling that okay, it's difficult to set to veteran, as I'm sure I've mentioned before, and normally it's just running a pair of escort mechs. So because I'm running on a veteran, I think they might have added in these extra 2 chimeras, which the game doesn't recognize. Maybe. I don't know. All I know is that I'm going way too hot. The mech hasn't exploded yet, so it's not all bad.
Target's destroyed. Bingo.
Oops.
Target is down. Target destroyed.
So okay, it hasn't shut me down. I've got enough heat sinks that's able to. I think it needs to be in the red for a good
Take fire. That's a friendly.
Damn it, Beowulf. Oh, that guy's running. Nah, he's doing fine. So it needs to be in the red for a good few seconds, and then the mech will shut down and let itself cool off. So it's not like an instant. As soon as you pass this point, mech shuts down.
You are hereby taken as salvage. Screw with us, and you won't live to regret it.
That did it, sir. Salvage is en route. Another solid run, Commander. Please review the inventory of salvaged items closely. Several clan tech weapons were taken, and sure you'll want to mount them before our next mission.
Oh yeah.
Remember to check out the free market and sell off excess items as needed.
So once again, we took a loss from that mission, and we got some more points for Davion. But with the 2 mechs we took salvage and the whole heap of weapons, again, should be able to sell them off and make a nice profit out of it. So that's the problem with part of the problem with doing this mission with a mech loadout that's heavier. With when you have more mechs in your inventory plus more mechs. With what was I thinking of? Deploying a heavier loadout of mechs than what the mission was originally designed for is that the payment you get generally won't be enough to cover the expenses. But I should be right just selling off some salvage. So that'll do it for this video. Next time, so we've got 2 new missions: the Bandit Hideout and the next Merc Alley. So yeah, we're going to do the next Merc Alley. Might as well get a little bit more salvage there. So, but this time, of course, they're going to, again, they're really going to know we're coming. So it's going to be a bit of a tricky fight. Bandit Hideaway, you have to take out base defenses, and there are some mechs running around the area, but it's not too much of a bad mission. And once again, I can't afford repairs because of that loss we took. So, I mean, you have a look. One thing I should mention, you have a look at the Argus there. It's 1.8 million to repair. Is that worth the money? Well, yeah. I mean, once you repair it, that's 7.4 million straight into your bank. So, repairing salvage mechs, even if you're not going to use them, is always handy because you will make a profit. And as I've said, I've got a whole bunch of weapons I can just sell off. And because we're a fair bit into the game, now we got some better chases. So the Awesome there, which are first assault mech, won't be buying just yet because I'm poor. Whole bunch of heavies. Still no Timberwolf though. Looking forward to running around on one of those. So yeah, as you go through the game, I believe it's dependent solely on how much time passes for weaponry to be available. So for example, you have a look at the weapons list here, the sheer amount of stuff that's available. I'm pretty sure that's close to everything that you'll get, for the end of the game. The weapon loadout tends to fill up pretty quickly. The mechs take a little bit longer. So that was Operation 7 and 8. Yes, that sounds about right. Operation 7 and 8, done back to back. Very easy missions because they're designed just to start you off with. Next time we'll go on to Merc Alley B, which will be a bit tougher, a little bit more competition, and should have some good times there. I'll see you later. The mech of the mission for both Operation 7 and 8 is the AGS-4D Argus, a 60-ton heavy mech developed jointly by Arkemir and Robertson Battleworks. Originally built with Omnitech, the high cost per unit caused it to be rejected by the Federated Commonwealth. As a result, the Argus was rebuilt as a much cheaper standard battle mech, which was accepted and procured in larger numbers. Boasting a rotary AC-5 and LRM racks, the Argus can lay down heavy fire from long to medium range, with a pair of ER lasers for backup. It also comes standard with an active probe to detect powered-down scouts, making it an effective vanguard mech. One thing to note in Mercenaries is that the default Argus is a custom and non-canon variant, the -3D. It replaces the rotary AC with a pair of Ultra AC-5s, but is otherwise identical.